Sisters of Mercy is an international faith-based organization founded in Dublin, Ireland in 1831. Our members in 47 countries and territories are committed to serving those who suffer from poverty and other forms of disadvantage, especially women and children, to empower them to live full and dignified lives.
My name is Sister Anya O'Connor and I'm the Mercy Global Action Coordinator at the United Nations for Mercy International Association. For 2 decades, the Sisters of Mercy and Mercy International Association have enjoyed representation here at the United Nations, and since 1998 we've had our special consultative status. Essentially what we do every day when we're working at the UN is we're taking the grassroots experience for the members on the ground and the people with whom we've the privilege of journeying, and we take that experience into global policy making.
Advocacy for justice at the UN is advocacy in the Spirit of God and the Spirit of mercy. From the beginning of our work at the UN, we have focused on social justice and poverty eradication, seeking to change the unjust systems that cause and perpetuate poverty of peoples and degradation of earth.
A very important role that we play with other members of civil society and other religious NGOs is to critique the current model for eradication of poverty, where there's a heavy focus on a technological fix. What we know from the people on the ground is that there are systems that are perpetuating poverty. Globalization, unregulated financial systems, continued push for economic growth at all costs, and where people and their ability for well-being in life gets lost in the middle.
Human trafficking is poverty in another form, touched by God's mercy and compassion, and fired by the inspiration of the Gospel and Mercy founder Catherine Macaulay, Sisters of Mercy collaborate with others who strive to oppose all forms of this exploitation. Hearing and responding to the cries of those who are trafficked, we support them, we work with them and others to expose and eradicate the injustice and violence that they suffer.
My name is Denise Boyle. I'm a Franciscan sister working with the Mercy Sisters in Mercy International Association. Currently, I hold the position of Director of the Global Action Programme, and I'm also the Assistant Director of MIA. I think a story of a real event where we've seen a woman who's grieving the loss of a child who's been trafficked, or bring, if you like, the heart story. And that's a powerful means of moving people from head to heart. It's the real life story.
The moment is now for us to bring the voice from the grassroots to the table, and the really important thing is that we are heard in not just the formal settings of the United Nations, but in the interactions we can have with government representatives, whether it's at the UN missions or on the floor at the UN.
Incorporate a human rights-based litmus test for states' energy policy determinations. The Mining Working Group has created such a test. Questions include: does the energy option cause, contribute to, or depend on the violation of human rights or vital ecosystem destruction? Does the energy strategy contribute to disadvantaged or marginalized groups, especially women, being able to enjoy a more full exercise of their rights? Can effective communities safely and effectively participate in the assessment of these questions? And what is the assessment of these questions when we consider future generations?
Our goal is development that is just, equitable, participatory, and sustainable. To reach this goal, we must look beyond the symptoms of our current development challenges and address the root causes by always asking, why? Only then can we uncover and challenge unjust structures that prevent fullness of life for people and earth.
My name is Devin Telleton, and I am an intern here at the Mercy Global Action Office at the UN. Their commitment to social justice, peace, and again, finding the root causes helps bring to the table here at the UN the voices of the people on the ground, and helps to remind governments that there are many people who are suffering whose voices aren't here.
Human rights form the core of our UN advocacy. Ensuring human rights compels and sustains us in our work to restore just, harmonious relationships within and among human societies and the entire Earth community.
It is truly because of our faith and our solidarity with peoples and Earth that compels us to respond, particularly in this global decision-making, policy-making body of the United Nations. We are in a particularly strong position now as Sisters of Mercy worldwide as we walk with our partners in mission. We are probably over 250,000 strong today, and based upon the commitment of people to a globally just, sustainable world, I think there's tremendous energy to bring to bear on the global policy work a vision and a way of being mercy in the world that contributes here at the international level, that can make a wonderful contribution to our world today.
This is our ministry. This is our mission at the UN.